Hello everyone, my name is Ernesto and my presentation will be on Chapter 3, the self-concept. So, the self-concept. According to our textbook, self-concept is how you know and understand yourself. It is a conceptual and mental understanding that you hold for your existence, the view one has of him or herself and his or her ability, the foundation of all your thoughts about yourself including your self-esteem. So the examples. Examples will be self-esteem, or how much you value yourself. A number of factors can impact self-esteem, including how we compare ourselves to others and how others respond to us. When people respond positively to our behavior, we are more likely to develop positive self-esteem. When we compare ourselves to others and find ourselves lacking, it can have a negative impact on our self-esteem. So self-concept is an individual perception of self, and it is what makes each individual unique. Self-concept can be divided into four parts, which is the actual self. The actual self, the way he or she truly feels about himself or herself. It can be performed by one day-to-day behavior, by the thing one says to themselves or the others. The two, ideal self. Everyone has some notation of what he or she would like to become. For some people, the image of the ideal self is sharp and clear. They know the changes they need in their lives or must do to make it happen. While usually some people have a less unclear self of what they want to become. 3. Private self is a person he or she really is when nobody is around to disapprove or approve of his or her actions. 4. Social self is a self that a person that assumes others see when they look at him or her is also affected by one's view reality. Some people assume that others think well of them much more than it really is, while many more people tend to assume the opposite. For most, is usually negative. So, self-concept versus self-esteem. Self-esteem is not self-concept. Although self-esteem may be a part or is a part of self-concept, self-concept is the perception that we have of ourselves. For example, our answers when we ask ourselves the question, who am I? It is knowing about one's own weakness, thoughts, tendencies, preferences, habits, hobbies, skills, and area of weakness. For example, various factors that influence our self-esteem is thoughts, comparing to the self to others, and the reaction to others. So self-esteem and work performances. So people with lower self-esteem usually tend to have anxiety and depression, irritability and aggression, feelings of resentment and unhappiness and insomnia. So people tend to have with low self-esteem have often feel unlovable, awkward, or incompetent. Often the individuals lacking self-esteem see rejection and disapproval, even when there isn't any. The danger always lurks that will make a mistake or use poor judgment. People with high self-esteem are usually open and ready for new experiences, useful and adaptable at work, objective and constructive in problem solving. People with high self-esteem always think they make a better impression on others, thus having better friendships and romantic lives. But neither of these observers have verified the beliefs, and so they usually just tend to deal with life more better than what people with lower self-esteem tend to not deal with them. So factors that influences self-concept. Relationships. Relationship can influence an individual's self-concept if you do not have a supportive family peers. This may lead the individual to have a negative self-concept with socialization. Appearances. Appearance can affect an individual's self-concept both constructively and harmfully. The media can influence an individual's self-concept through provision of educational sources such as promoting enrollment on academic courses and information on current situation happening in our society. Culture. Culture diversity can have a positive influence if we embrace the differences of others, but if differences are used to discriminate against others, it is harmful. And age. The self-concept can fluctuate throughout different life stages. So the article I chose to do it's called Self-Concept in Childhood, the Role of Body Image and Sport Practice. So the reasoning behind the study. A total of 944 primary school pupils between 9 and 12 years of age, 58% boys and 42% girls, participated in the research. They belong to different schools within the autonomous community of Extremadura, Spain. The sample was selected using a multi-stage sampling by clusters. The study also examined the role of body image in the practice of organized sport on the process of building the academic, social, emotional, family, and physical dimensions of self-concept in childhood. In this sense, the discussion of the results and their interpretation has been structured on two basic lines: demographics and results. The results indicated that independently of whether they practice organized sports or not, 3 out of every 4 participants in this research were dissatisfied to a lesser or greater extent with their figure. 50% of children between the ages of 7 and 12 wished to be slimmer. The children most satisfied with their body image had a greater academic and physical self-concept of themselves. The children that practiced organized sports had a greater physical and emotional self-concept. The children with most dissatisfied with their body image and played sports had a lower family self-concept. So this is it for my presentation of self-concept, and hope you guys have a good day. Bye.